My daughter, clean your face with my handkerchief. You are sweating. Okay, Granny. Thank you so much.
Adenike happily replied, not knowing this was going to be the genesis of her nemesis. It all began on that Saturday morning. Adenike Arolake was doing her white wedding. Every year was crowded, waiting for her to come out of her dressing room with her heavenly white gown.
This is me.
Adenike was a very beautiful lady. She was not only beautiful, but also respectful. Everybody loved her, and they all wished her success in her marriage life. She was not only marrying, but into one of the wealthiest families in Lagos. Wow, you look absolutely divine, an elderly lady happily said as Adenike stepped out from her dressing room. She was Adenike's grandmother. With these two, life was a better place. The bond Adenike and her grandmother, Mrs. Susanna Adewale, had could not be measured. One who was not really familiar with them would think she gave birth to Adenike, not knowing she was her grandchild. Adenike was finally done with her dress-up, and they all swiftly proceeded for the reception. Adenike's parents were super excited. They could not wait for their lovely daughter to get married on that day. They finally got to the reception, and one could say that it was definitely a wedding man that was marrying. The MC soon ushered the bride and the groom to the dance floor.
Let the bride and the groom come out and dance. And please, like, share and subscribe to this channel.
The MC said happily. Everybody joined them, with guests spraying money on them. Everybody was literally happy. They danced and danced till they were tired. Mrs. Susanna quickly brought out a spotless handkerchief and dabbed Adenike's face. Adenike was indeed grateful for the love her granny had shown her. In the midst of the dancing, a lady stylishly danced to meet Adenike, and she whispered in her ears, "Today is your wedding. Do not let anybody touch you with anything without your consent." "Oh no, that is my grandma," Adenike retorted. After a very memorable day, the party soon finished and they all went back home. Adenike, who was now a married woman, went to her husband's house. Mrs. Susanna cried that night. She was going to miss Adenike, but she wished her all the best in her marriage. She prayed for Adenike, and so did Adenike's parents. They went for their honeymoon. They visited different resorts, beaches, and even highlands, and it soon became 1 year after their marriage. In this 1 year of being married, she had had 5 miscarriages. Anytime she was pregnant, she would lose the baby. Adenike's first pregnancy was easy. She newly discovered she was pregnant. She was very excited about being a mother, and everybody was indeed happy for her. Not for her to wake up one morning and all she saw was blood drenched in their bed. She screamed in horror. She could not believe all that was happening. To think someone's life can change within hours. Few hours ago, she and her husband were sitting in the luxurious couch in the living room trying to make up names they would give to their baby when finally giving birth to. She cried bitterly. Everyone was very downcast when they all heard the sad news. Her family came to console her for her loss. After all the consoling, she was getting better. Few months later, she also took in, but also had a miscarriage. These few months of her life were torture. Why was she losing all her pregnancies? She had gone to different hospitals, to the best hospital for checkup, but each time she went, the result would state that she was perfectly fine. Everything didn't make sense to her. If she was fine, as they said, why was she losing her babies? After years of torture, countless miscarriages, it soon dawned on them that they had a spiritual battle to fight. They sought for different prophets. Their first consultation was a spiritualist who was based in Abuja. His name was Baba Do It All. Adenike and her husband was directed by their colleague to go see the Baba. Baba Do It All came highly recommended. When they got there, the place didn't look like what they expected. The place looked like a shrine with scary marks on the wall. The workers ushered them in. Baba Do It All finally came. What he told them was the remedy devastated them. Your wife has to sleep in the cemetery for 3 days because she needs to tell the dead to leave her children alone. They didn't buy the idea. They believed it was literally ridiculous and farcical. They wanted solutions, not more problems. They decided to go see another prophet. This time, the prophet was a woman. Her name was Nana Idibia. She came highly recommended also. Her own solution was also ridiculous.
You have to break 7 pregnant tortoises that are virgins, 2 live vultures, 3 pregnant mosquitoes, and 2 calabash, and the sum of 10 million naira.
Nana Idibia loudly said as she reached for a calabash.
Put your money here. Please, ma. We don't understand where we are supposed to see a pregnant tortoise that are still virgins.
Adenike asked worriedly.
I don't know, but you must find it.
Nana Idibia said bluntly. That obviously didn't work. They also tried another Baba, and soon they became fed up. Nothing was actually working. Adenike was no longer a happy woman. You could tell from her face expression. One day, while Adenike was coming back from work, she decided to go get something from the supermarket. When she had an encounter with an old friend, they immediately reconnected. The old friend was the lady who came to warn her from letting people touch her with things she didn't permit on her wedding day. The lady's name was Funke. Adenike told her the present predicament she was facing. Funke could not believe her ears. She instantly gave Adenike an option. She directed her to her church.
Can you believe that we've gone over 30 different prophets? But all they just keep asking is just too much.
Adenike said with her eyes becoming teary. Funke replied immediately.
Have you tried MFN?
Adenike shook her head. She obviously hasn't gone to MFN. Funke then gave Adenike her contact for them to keep in touch. 2 weeks later, Adenike decided to go to the church, MFM. Luckily for her, they were on a serious yearly program. She prayed like never before, and luckily for her prayers were answered. Because 3 months later, she became pregnant. She thought this was going to end up as a usual predicament, but it didn't, because the pregnancy soon became 7 months old and it was still healthy. She thanked God for everything, and soon she put to bed, and everybody was excited. Not for her to wake up one Saturday morning, and she was called that her grandmother was confessing in her father's house. What was she confessing about? Adenike hurriedly got dressed as she headed. When she got there and heard what her granny was confessing about, she could not believe what she was seeing. Her grandma has been the problem all along. Her granny, Mrs. Adewale, confessed how that spotless gift on her wedding day was the beginning of her quagmire. She didn't just clean sweat from Adenike's face, she cleaned all her pregnancies and children. As long as she remained alive, Adenike would remain barren. Everybody was too shocked to speak. She could not complete her ritual because the present pregnancy was too strong to terminate. The church she attended was too strong. Mrs. Adewale screamed as she shouted that an invisible fire was consuming her. In less than an hour, she died. Adenike cried and thanked God because all her problems had died. Her and her family went to church the following Sunday and did their thanksgiving and gave thanks to God for intervening for them. The moral lesson to be learned from this powerful story is that you should always put your hope in God. Everything actually works out in the end. Put all your hope in God, just like Adenike did. There are fake prophets everywhere. Try not to be swayed by them. And last but not the least, those of you that are yet to do their wedding or any celebration, do not let people touch you with things without your consent. Be prayerful and committed, because our close friends could be our worst enemies. Please and please, subscribe, like and share this post. It takes nothing from you, but it means the world to me.